Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're tackling a massive roadblock that holds so many brilliant people back. We're going to dive into some practical frameworks to completely dismantle your fear of speaking English and give you a rock-solid toolkit for everyday conversations. It honestly doesn't matter if you know every single grammar rule in the book. If your heart races the second someone speaks to you in English, this explainer is exactly what you need.
Here is our roadmap for the explainer. We'll start by overcoming the psychology of fear, move right into core habits for natural flow, and learn to stop translating. Then, we'll cover asking polite permissions, using everyday conversational fillers, and wrap it all up with a 30-day speaking challenge.
Section 1. Overcoming speaking anxiety. Let's get right to the root of why speaking a new language makes us freeze up in the first place.
Really ask yourself, does hearing a few words of English instantly make your heart race? Do you literally freeze up or find yourself physically stepping back? It's a real, intense wave of panic for so many people, but why does it happen?
The triggers are just so relatable. Think about it. Have you ever stepped back at an airport just because the staff spoke English? Or kinda hesitated to simply order water at a nice hotel, maybe secretly hoping your friend will do the talking for you? Or what about immediately pressing 1 for your native language on a customer service call, even though you absolutely know enough English to get by? If you're nodding along, you are definitely not alone. But this avoidance, it artificially drains your confidence and makes you feel weak.
Moving on to Section 2, Core Habits for Natural Flow, because finding that natural conversational rhythm takes patience and a very specific sequence of habits.
It's a lot like how a baby learns to speak. Step 1 is to just listen. You can tune into accessible sources, like local Indian English news channels. But don't just passively listen. Actually mimic the news anchor's rhythm out loud. Get your jaw and tongue used to the sounds. Step 2 is reading daily. And Step 3, this is the big one. You just have to speak out loud with absolutely zero fear of making mistakes. Seriously, babies don't care about grammar when they say their first words, and right now, neither should you.
All right, Section 3. Stop translating, start thinking. We've got to break your biggest roadblock to fluency right now.
And here is the classic trap. If you try translating word for word, literally converting every single thought from your native tongue into English before you open your mouth, you're going to get a clunky, robotic sentence. Plus, you waste valuable seconds. But when you bypass that and just think naturally in English, you automatically tap into phrases you instinctively already know.
So this right here is your golden rule. You have to think in English before speaking English. You literally have to absorb the language exactly as it is. Next time you look at a door, don't think of the word in your native language and translate it. Just look at the object and think door.
Okay, Section 4. Asking polite permissions. Let's start building your actual confidence toolkit with one incredibly powerful, elegant word.
Let's try a quick real-world scenario. Imagine you're stuck at an office or someone's house, and suddenly it's pouring rain outside. How do you politely ask to stay without getting all tied up in complicated grammar?
Instead of panicking, you just confidently lead with, "May I?" and add your situation. "May I wait here until then?" It's elegant, it's respectful, and boom, it gets the job done without any complex translation gymnastics.
The beauty of may I is just how versatile it is for everyday life. Need to respectfully jump into a meeting? May I say something now? Want a chair? May I sit? Or, hey, if you miraculously get a famous celebrity's phone number, you can smoothly ask, "May I speak with Ajay Devgan or Kajol?" This simple little framework works for literally any situation where you need permission.
Which brings us to Section 5, Everyday Fillers and Responses. Let's make you sound like a completely natural speaker.
Consider the phrase, "I am sorry I am late." Sure, it's grammatically correct, but it's kind of rigid, right? By tossing in a tiny filler word, you instantly upgrade it. "I am sorry I have got a bit late." Just adding a bit completely transforms the sentence from textbook stiff to totally conversational and relaxed.
Having these quick, punchy responses locked and loaded is a total game changer. It shows you completely understand the conversation and can react on the fly. If someone asks if you'll go to an event, don't just awkwardly say yes. Try yes, by all means. Or if someone is telling you an absolutely ridiculous story, hit them with a "what nonsense." These everyday connectors turn you from a passive listener into an active, confident participant. And here is a massive pro tip. Toss in a classic idiom like, "let bygones be bygones," to comfort someone who's upset about the past. It's a fantastic way to sound natural and authoritative. It instantly signals that you have a deep cultural feel for the language well beyond just knowing the basic vocabulary.
All right, Section 6, the 30-day speaking challenge. We've covered the theory. Now it's time to actually execute.
For the next 30 days, here is your mission. Confidently mix at least one English phrase into every 10 sentences you speak daily. You do not need to switch to 100% English overnight. Just sprinkle it in. Say, "May I sit here?" instead of using your native language. Drop a "what nonsense" when you're joking with a friend. You are building the habit one tiny step at a time.
And please remember this incredible piece of advice from our source material. Learning happens with a smile, not by being depressed. Stressing out over being perfect will absolutely ruin the process for you. You're going to make mistakes, and honestly, that is perfectly fine. Approach this journey with a positive mindset, not by beating yourself up over grammar rules.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final provocative question. Why are you here? Are you going to keep physically stepping back at the airport, or are you finally ready to claim your space in the world? Start speaking today, embrace those awkward mistakes, and just watch how much your world opens up. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.